Hello, this video is the starter video for Assignment 9. Now Assignment 9, oops, has a typo in it. There we go. Assignment 9 has you go through and watch the videos that I've created. These are the module videos. And also do a little research on modules in Python. Of course, you've been reading about them in the book, but here's also a link that I think you'll find useful. Also, I provide some links on the topic of UML. Now, the length on Python modules is probably something that you'll get the most out of. And I'd recommend kind of going through and reading through that pretty carefully. But when it comes to the link on UML, UML is very fluid. Every company seems to have their own concepts about how UML should be used. So I would recommend you just kind of skim through this. Just kind of get some general ideas and see what's out there. Because it will be probably when on your job, it'll be very specific to your company. So as I made because of that, I made a little note. Remember, these additional links, both of them actually, are to give you a different opinion or viewpoint. You don't have to read every line of the text in there. I would recommend looking at this research on Python modules in more detail than the UML, but it's perfect. It's your choice. You get to choose how much time you have. Now, after that, I want you to try applying your module, applying your knowledge. And to that end, I want you to make a customer application. It's going to be very much like the employee application one you just made. So instead of using an employee class, you're going to make a customer class. Not much different there. In fact, you'll be able to use inheritance and reuse coding modules. And that's kind of the point. So you can use code samples from the module if you want. You can make your own. It doesn't really matter. But basically make yourself a little customer application, and optionally, if you want, make a blog showing how you accomplished it. Now, some people like doing the blogs, other people hate it. And so I'm not forcing you guys to do that. For one thing, it takes time. But I think you'll have to agree that this is a great opportunity to show off what you have learned. And by going through and making something, a blog like this, it's going to be something you can use like in an interview or to show your current employer what you've been up to and what you've learned over these last 9 weeks. So I would urge you to take a look at that if you have the time, but it's not a requirement. Also, if you do, announce it on the forum. Let other people share in your work. It's kind of cool to see those. I personally like them. And I'm pretty sure your other students, your fellow students, do as well. Now, when you're done, all you really need to do is post your Python scripts, because you're going to have a bunch of them. And what I would do is I would just zip up those scripts in a folder and then upload them. So it would look something like this. I got the Python class. Got the employee app. You're going to make a customer app, and you'll zip it. So I'll add it to a compressed folder, and then I upload the zip file. That's what I turn in, because it's got all the files that we need for the application in there. That's it. You're done. Once you've reached that point, you're good to go. So hopefully it won't be too bad. I've purposely made it so that it should be very similar to what we did in the last exercise. You just have to make some modifications, and for two reasons. First of all, I'm trying to show how making code modules that are reusable is really handy. And second of all, is again, we're getting towards the end of the quarter. People are playing catch up, so I want to give you guys an opportunity to have a little bit of breathing room for you to play to catch up on any modules that you may be behind on. So hopefully this all makes sense, and I'm looking forward to seeing how you do. So go out there and get started. I'll talk to you later. Bye.